Hi, I'm Nate Miller with Miller Retirement Group, and I'm here to keep you calm in a strange economy. It's been a long time since we've had to worry about inflation. Now it's making headlines because prices are rising faster than expected. In this video, I'm going to talk about what that means to you and what you can do to protect your portfolio. Before you start to worry about whether or not inflation is going to affect your investments, let's take a closer look at the facts behind the headlines. First, what exactly is inflation? While it may sound like a cause for panic, inflation simply refers to the gradual increase, the gradual rise in prices over time, meaning the dollars that you have today won't stretch as far tomorrow. This often happens because when there's more demand than supply, prices often go up. And when an external event like a natural disaster or a pandemic happens, that makes it hard for companies to produce enough to keep up with the consumer demand. And again, they can raise their prices, resulting in inflation. Stable, predictable inflation is actually considered a good sign of a growing economy. But the second thing is, why is inflation rising? Inflation is rising because prices are increasing faster than normal or faster than usual. But it's also useful to know that most measures of inflation are comparing what's happening now with what was happening a year ago. At this time last year, the US economy was still basically kind of shut down because of COVID. So we need to be aware that the economic impact of the pandemic is going to distort any year-over-year comparisons for probably a little while. But third, and most importantly, what should you do about it? And that all depends on how long this sticks around. Many economists are expecting inflation to increase in the short term, but not to affect the economy as much as it has in the past. Either way, the important thing to avoid is making any type of knee-jerk reactions. So if you make big moves now in order to hedge against inflation, you could lose big if the inflation turns out to be temporary. If inflation is going to stick around for a while, it may be appropriate to make some prudent adjustments, like considering a higher than normal inflation estimate in your long-term income plans. But this all depends on individual factors, like what's in your portfolio or when you plan on retiring. This is not a one-size-fits-all scenario, and this is where it helps to get personalized advice from a financial professional. I'm keeping a close eye on what's happening in the economy, and together we can create a plan that makes sense for your needs. If you have a question about what I've discussed with you and you'd like to talk personally about what's going on, please use the form below and send us a message. I'll respond personally.